Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to a new video. In this video I want to go over this DIY can storage solution that basically anybody could build at home. Anybody that's looking for a first in, first out can storage method, you know it's kind of hard to find any resources to build one yourself. They do have some you could buy at the store. There's like two options and they're kind of expensive. So I wanted to come up with a way that was cheap, easy to do, and was very useful in how it works. So let me show you the concept behind this system. So you have your oldest cans down here, and your newest cans are up there. And so you want to use your old cans before the new cans. So you grab one of these, and they all roll down. So you just took your oldest can, you're going to go use it. Well, as they begin to run down, you can restock them, and you put your newest cans at top. So your newest cans are going to be the ones you want to keep the longest, and you want to use your old ones. So anyway, this is a great way to rotate your cans for can storage. And it actually holds a ton of cans. So this setup is 32 inches wide. So 32 inches wide gives you about 10 cans. And I have 3 rows of cans on each shelf. So 30 cans per shelf and 5 shelves. It gives me 150 cans worth of storage. So for $100, 150 cans worth of storage and a really easy way to rotate them, I kind of like this system. Anyway guys, I'll go ahead and show you how I built it. Stay tuned for more. Okay, so here's everything you need for one shelf. So first you're going to have to determine the width of your shelf. So my shelving is already going to be 16 inches, so I want to design these to fit in a 16-inch space. So the two edges are 16 inches wide. So to try to find something that would be 16 inches and it'd be strong enough, I decided to use two 2x8s. Each 2x8 is 7¼ inches wide, so then that equals 14½ inches. So then plus the 1.5 inches, 14½ inches, equals 16 inches wide. So two 2x8s actually worked out perfectly for me in this situation. So what you want to do is you're going to end up mounting these at a slight angle. So they're going to be mounted to the top of the 2x4 on that side, and then they're going to slant down to the bottom of the 2x4 on this side. So that actually gives you, pretty good decline so the cans roll down to the end. So let me go ahead and show you how they're assembled together. Okay, so just for demonstration purposes, you can see that this is cut. So I cut it at a 5-degree angle like this, so that it slants down and it hits the 2x4, it's straight. So you're basically mounting the lower side with screws. Because this angle is cut, it allows it to be perfectly straight. On the top, it's similar as well. It's cut at a slant 5 degrees this way, just like the bottoms, so they're both slanting this way. And that allows you to have it coming up, and then it mounts to the 2x4 perfectly as well. So there's the demonstration on how to cut the angles. Okay, so here's the assembled product. So you have the 2x8s running alongside. The two pieces are 16 inches long because I want 16 inches width. This is 27½ inches long plus 3 inches for the 2x4s. So it's basically the exact width of 32 inches. So the back piece, the 2x4 back there, and both 2x8s are all 27½ inches. So with the angles being cut, you basically just put your 2x4 in here and you just screw it in. So I screwed it all in using these general purpose number 8 2½ inch screws. Now in order to get the height that I wanted, I just took a 2x4 in here. Now as I put the 2x4 in there, it lifted it up so I could screw it into the top of the 2x4 over here. So now it gives me a good slant and the cans roll down. So this is basically your finished tray. You can do whatever you want to this. You could paint it, you could stain it. I'm just going to probably leave them like this. So now let's go ahead and talk about the rails that help the cans stay in place. Okay, so these are the rails here. So at each end I just put a screw in, and so it just holds it, one screw at each end holds it fine. And you basically put it on the edge. So I did space it a little bit because, let me show you. I did space it a little bit away from the edge because as I want to grab the can out, I don't want it to be up against, there's going to be a support here. So I don't want it to be up against that support so I can't grab it. So I did move it over a little bit so it allows me to grab it out. So just make sure that when you put your spacer here, it's going to be in a little bit so you can grab the edge of the can. So what I'm using here is called drywall L-bead. See if we can get to focus on there. So it's 1/2 inch by 10 feet L-bead. And so what's nice about this is this top part is not sharp and the bottom part has screw holes. So you just put it in there and screw it in, and then it allows it to have a nice track that the cans run on, but not anything that's going to cut you. So when you have 14.5 inches to work with, it allows you to have a couple scenarios. You can have 2 soup cans, which are the smaller 10 and 7/5 ounces, 10 and 3/4 ounces. So you can have 2 smaller soup cans and 1 24-inch can, or you can do 3 14-ounce cans, which are normal size. Like this is a 14.5 ounce can, so you could do 3 of those. And basically, you just you put them in the track and then give it about an 1/8 inch of play, and you can see that that just allows it to roll down. Now, each shelf is basically placed in. You put it where you want it, and the back you screw into the studs in the wall. So that allows it to hang there. And then what I did is I put a vertical support on this side so you could screw into this 2x4 here. And then I'm going to have a vertical support here so you could screw in to each thing here. So it's attached to the back wall and it's attached to 2 front supports. And that definitely gives it enough strength to support the can weight. Now, as I'm going to install another level, so what I want to do is each of these you have to have spaced properly so that it allows you to pull a can out. So 4 inches gives you plenty of room to pull a can out. What I did is I just cut a piece of 2x4, 2 of them, to 4 inches. So as I install each shelf, I put the next one on top, screw it into the back stud, screw it into this support over there, and it's strong enough to sit there. And at the very end, I'm going to put in this vertical support. So yeah, that's my can system being installed. Okay, so I'll just show you in action one more time. So say I'm going to take out this can. They all roll down. Try it on a different row. Super easy to grab the cans out. They all roll down. You can see they have a pretty good slope there. You don't need too much of a slope. This setup works. Just having the, you can see here, the 2x4, or the 2x8s are mounted to the top of the 2x4 here. And they slope down, and they're mounted to the bottom of the 2x4 here. So, let me get a little bit closer look at that. So, the top here, so they're mounted down here. And then the top, they're mounted to the top, so you can see it gives you just enough angle to slope down. Hey guys, well thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Just a couple days later, been using this system for a little bit, and I really like how it worked out. Just wanted to give you guys a little summary of how everything turned out, maybe a little bit closer shots, so you guys could see how to build this yourselves. Here's a little bit closer shot of the track bead. Pretty simple, just put a screw at the top and bottom. And the cans do have just a little bit of play, about 1/8 of an inch. These are 14.5 cans. They all do have some good space. Grab them out easily. If you do 3 soup cans, you're going to have a lot more space because they're smaller. So what I decided to do is, on this row I have 2 soup cans and 1 larger can, which this is a 24-ounce can. So I can have soup here, and 24 ounces. This row is another triple stack of 14.5, and same with here, triple stack of 14.5. So you have a lot of freedom of what you want to do with, or at least how you want to set your cans up. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, I'd be happy to answer them. Thanks for tuning in for the video, guys. If you like this comment, go ahead and like and subscribe. I have a lot of DIY content that I release, not all the time, but when I do have time. This is just a hobby for me, so I don't do this full time, so I do have a full-time job that I have to worry about. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.